Fibre optic cable is a cable made up of strands of glass, often as thin as a human hair, which transmit large amounts of information at the speed of light. This technology is much faster than the copper telephone wire used by other broadband providers, and it allows us to deliver some of the fastest broadband speeds around. In our business, cable is often ordered by lengths and supplied on a cable drum. Any cable that is left over on the drum at the end of a job is often considered as waste cable. Last year I was involved in a small team, and our focus was to understand how we could improve our processes at Virgin Media. One area we looked at was waste cable and how we could be more efficient in our use. In our audit we discovered that large amounts of this waste cable would be just left lying around at contractor yards, even though a lot of the cable left on the drums was still perfectly viable. So have we got a solution to this problem? I believe we have.
My involvement was to engage our contract partners and to define a solution to ensure the return of all recovered cable and the unusable lengths of cable left on the drum.
If cable is deemed good to use, we can put it back on the shelf, so to speak, for our planners to use again. Now this means that we can use part reels this time, instead of using full drums every time.
Where in the past we used to place the order directly onto the supplier and order a new cable, which only comes in increments of 1,000 metres, what we actually do now is we take that order line, we go back to the planner and ask them what size of reel they require, and we map that against a consolidated cable list. The consolidated cable list actually comes from the Big Red Shed themselves, and it lists all reclaimed cable that Paul and his team have managed to procure back from the yards. By using this consolidated cable list, it means that actually we're not placing orders for new cable, we are not having to place orders by 1,000 metre increments. It means we're saving money. It also means that we're actually helping the environment and doing our part for Virgin Media's sustainability.
Good planning of our jobs has helped us to get the most out of every reel of cable. But by also having a better way of managing stock means those shorter lengths that might previously have been discarded can now be reallocated to other teams.
If cable is deemed not fit for reuse, it needs to be recycled where possible.
This is where Virgin Media have made good things happen. They collect the cable and the cable drums we cannot use anymore, take them back to their Big Red Shed and work their magic to stop as much of it as possible going to landfill.
Cable reclamation is business as usual here at Virgin Media, made possible through collaboration and engagement with law enforcement agencies and our contract partners. For law enforcement agencies, in particular the police, it gives them the confidence that the only Virgin Media cable they find in scrapyards is stolen cable and can be treated as such. For our contract partners, they've been engaged at every step of the way to ensure operational success.
We've seen quite a few challenges along the way. Overall, it's a costly process, and we've got to cover transport, labour and all disposal costs, and this all adds up. Currently we're not recovering enough good to use cable to cover this. That being said, we are taking responsibility for Virgin's waste, no matter what it is, and if that means spending money to do it, then it's the right thing to do.
We've made some significant progress, but we still have a long way to go. We plan to scale things up in the future, adding additional Virgin Media technical sites and contractor partner sites to those already part of the cable reclamation process. But if you work at Virgin Media and you think that you can play a part, then please do get in touch.